Hi friends, this episode will see about some important terminology, words and equipment starting in C. First we'll see about cooling towers. Cooling towers are a special type of heat exchanger that allows water and air to come in contact with each other to lower the temperature of the hot water. In cooling tower working process, small volumes of water evaporate, lowering the temperature of the water that is being circulated throughout the cooling tower. The purpose of a cooling tower is to cool down water that gets heated up by industrial equipment and processes. Water comes in the cooling tower hot from industrial process used in condensers and coolers and goes out of the cooling tower cold back into industrial process. That is, when cooling water coming to the cooling tower after receiving the heat, it will be hot. That is getting cooled in the cooling tower and back to the process to cool the fluid or the liquid media. Two distinct types of systems for water cooling and reuse are open and closed recirculating systems and once through cooling systems. In an open recirculating system, cooling is achieved through a evaporation of a fraction of water. Evaporation results in a loss of pure water from the system and a concentration of the remaining dissolved solids. Water must be removed or blown down in order to control this concentration of the TDS. The fresh water must be added to replenish the system. A closed recirculating system is actually a cooling system within a cooling system. The water containing the heat transferred from the process is cooled for reuse by means of an exchange with another fluid or by air. Water losses from this type of system are usually small. Open type cooling tower is classified as counterflow cooling tower, cross flow cooling tower, forced draft and induced draft cooling tower, natural draft and fan assisted draft cooling tower, factory assembled cooling tower, and field directed cooling tower. These are the details about the cooling tower. If you want to know more details, you can watch my previous videos and episodes regarding the cooling tower. Hope you might understand the word cooling tower. Before going to the slide, do not forget to subscribe, share it with your friends and colleagues, put your likes and comment. Now you can see important terminology starting in C. Cooling water. Cooling water plays a vital role in all type of industries. Cooling water is the media used to remove heat from the components and industrial equipment. Evaporative cooling using water is often more efficient than air cooling. Water is inexpensive and non-toxic. However, the impurities can cause corrosion and scaling. It can be treated in the cooling tower based on the selection of cooling tower type, whether it is corrosion type or scaling type. You have to select your cooling tower, then you have to use corrosion inhibitor and descaling agent to treat the water. You might have seen cooling tower details in the previous slides. If you want to know more, watch my previous videos about cooling water and cooling tower system. Chilled water is cooling water is normally used in heat exchanger, coolers and condenser as cooling media after chemical treatment and cooling in open type cooling system or closed circuit cooling system, which is used normally in Gulf countries, and the cooling water temperature will be around 4 to 5 degrees centigrade above the wet bulb temperature only. The wet bulb temperature is the lowest temperature that can be reached under current ambient conditions by the evaporation of water only. That is, in cooling tower you can reach the cooling water temperature when it is getting heat throughout from the process. It will be around 4 to 5 degrees centigrade above the wet bulb temperature only. Whereas chilled water is the cooling water cooled below wet bulb temperature in freon compressor ranging 7 degrees centigrade to 12 degrees centigrade. Chilled water is normally used in liquid nitrogen plant and as an alternative to air condition for cooling buildings. In liquid nitrogen plant, chilled water is used to cool the air to remove moisture effectively before emitting into air purifier unit. Chilled water is a very important source in liquid nitrogen production unit. Now we can see another important terminology, chilled brine. Chilled brine is a chilled water mixed with glycol to reduce the freezing point up to minus 60 degrees centigrade so as to get chilled brine temperature less than 0 degrees centigrade. Chilled brine is used as a sub-zero temperature cooled storage bullets, heat exchanger and in chillers. Glycol-based coolants are either composed of ethylene glycol or propylene glycol. The chilled brine is known as a coolant, while these two variants have similar physical properties, they should never be mixed. The major advantage of the glycol coolants confer are improved resistance to corrosion as well as antifreeze properties. Either it be monoethylene glycol or monopropylene glycol, it based on the requirement you can mix with tame water or raw water. In LNG regasification plant, tame water is used for more purity. That coolant is MEG is used in some plants. 60% water and 40% glycol to reduce the freezing temperature of chilled brine. Monoethylene glycol MEG is C2H6O2. Monopropylene glycol MPG is C3H8O2. This coolant or glycol or chilled brine is used nowadays in the latest technology LNG regasification. Liquid natural gas is regasified in Gulf countries using seawater, whereas in other countries coolant is used. MEG is mixed with DM water and used as a coolant, that is a chill brine for regasification of LNG. Hope you might understand this important terminology starting in C in this slide. We'll see more in the next coming slide. This slide you can see about the schematic diagram of induced trap cooling tower diagram. This is hot water inlet from the process after taking the heat load. This distributor to the distributor nozzle, it is getting distributed and water become droplets and the air is come in contact with the droplet, it will getting cold and is induced fan at the top, it will suck the water vapor or evaporated vapor from the hot water is sucked and sent out. Water is getting cold and cooling water is coming out and collected in the cold water basin and is pumped to process for further cooling in using the cooling water pump. This is the exchange surface and this is a drift eliminator to avoid the drift. This is the induced type of cooling tower, open type cooling tower in India. In Gulf countries, closed circuit cooling tower is used to treat the cooling tower cooling water. In this side, we'll see some more important terminologies starting in C. Coagulation is a precipitation from solution or suspensions of fine particles which tend to unite in clots or curds. In other words, irreversible combination or aggregation of semi-solid particles such as fats or proteins to form a mass or clot. This can often be brought about by addition of appropriate electrolytes, for example, by addition of an acid to milk or of aluminum sulfate to turbid water. Mechanical agitation and removal of stabilizing ions, as in dialysis, also cause coagulation. This coagulation is used in pre-treatment in raw water treatment plant, also in wastewater. In the clarifier, coagulation is a process used to remove the impurities. In pre-treatment, turbid water is used to treat with a coagulant, which is used the process coagulation. Now we can see another important terminology, coagulant. Coagulant is a substance that increases coagulation. Coagulants are used in precipitating solids or semi-solids from solution as casein from milk, rubber particles from latex, or impurities from water. It is in every treatment of raw water. Coagulants are used to remove the impurities or turbidity from the water by means of coagulation. Iron content is more in raw water means that can be removed by using alum or coagulant. You can see another important terminology in C Coalescer. A vessel packed with steel wool or glass wool or polypropylene wool or felt used to remove fine droplets of treating liquids or water from a petroleum product. Coalescer or coalescing filter is a device used to separate fluid mixtures into individual using the principles of coalescence. Coalescence is a process whereby fluid molecules agglomerate, that is, come together to form a larger whole. In other words, the union of two or more droplets of a liquid to form a larger droplet, brought about when the droplets approach one another closely enough to overcome their individual surface tensions. It's called coalescence. Coalescence is a process used to remove oil from water. Coalescer, that equipment is called, and coalescence is a process used to remove the different type of solids from the liquid and oil from water. Hope you might understand important words starting in C. Do not forget to subscribe. Put your like and comment in the comment box. Share it with your friends and colleagues. See you with some more important terminology and words starting in C in the coming episode. Thank you very much.